coffee. Got the laser running. I just gotta figure out one thing really quick. Good morning, welcome to the shop. I'm Ray with Crafted by Ray, and yeah, grab a cup of coffee and hang out with me. I'm just doing some work here out in the shop. Got the laser running. It's cold outside. Hopefully that laser noise isn't too bad. So, yep. Alright. Right now, if you watch the little laser camera, I'm making tic-tac-toe games. Getting ready for the beginning of the craft show season. The tic-tac-toe games kind of are one of my big sales. I'm going to try to make like 40 of them this year. Or maybe just this weekend. I sold quite a bit of them at the last few shows I did, especially at the end of the year. So we're having a crazy cold weekend. I mean, it's not too bad, but at least I got heat in the shop. this week. I mean, all I've done this week is trying to work on this video for this table saw. I'm not sure if that laser's too loud. Maybe get this. I mean, yeah, let me know if that laser's bothering you guys, because it's not necessarily needed. I just was trying to get caught up on some projects as I go. Figured we'd hang out this morning, drink some coffee. I'm gonna be after this I'm gonna go edit a video, and hopefully it'll be out by tomorrow. That video is gonna be about this table saw, this DeWalt table saw I've had for 7 years. As you can see, the lasers, I'm not sure how good it's the camera picking up, but I'm cutting out little tic-tac-toes of Bigfoots and pine trees. It's one of my bigger sellers, being in northern Michigan. I'm pretty sure we got a lot of believers up here, or just a lot of people that like going outside. Hi, good morning. Thanks for stopping by. If the laser's too loud, would you let me know? Because I was trying to experiment and I can't really hear it. Just trying to get caught up on some projects for this year. For the laser or for me? Because I can try to turn that up. Is that better for the volume? I turned up the volume that the mic picks up, but the problem is I think it's going to turn the laser up too. Well, you know, I'm still experimenting on volume levels. It's one of those things where once I get it set, I don't have to worry about it. So I do appreciate all the help. Thank you. In fact, the next time I could just move my microphone. Actually, I probably could do that right now. It might be better if I move it slightly over here. Alright. Live moving of the camera and everything. Maybe I can adjust the way that sounds. It's one of those things I was hoping to get where I didn't have to move everything every time, but didn't realize the laser would be too a lot louder than I thought it would be. Usually when I'm working in here, it doesn't seem that loud. Alright, move the camera over here to the chop saw. I mean the microphone. Yeah, but where I had it, it was kind of close to the box where the laser's in. It makes sense. Now I can kind of have it more right towards me. Hopefully it's not too loud as I'm moving it. Alright, how's that? Let's see if I can tell that it's turned down the machine a little bit. Am I a bit louder? Oh, okay. Well, you know, I kind of like the mic being here anyways. It's definitely picking me up a lot better. I can see the little chart on the screen. It doesn't seem like it's vibrating so much from the laser. So how's everyone's morning? Hopefully you got some coffee. Just trying to stay warm out there. I'm thinking about the projects I gotta finish this weekend. Hopefully get this video edited and posted tomorrow. That's about my table saw and the journey I've had for the last 7 years with it, and how I keep it cutting straight and smooth. After that, I'm gonna be getting a CNC from one of my favorite sponsors, Jimitsu. They're sending me another CNC to try out for you guys. I'll have that video up. Basically, I'm going to be doing some of the woodworking products that I usually make for craft shows. I'm going to test them out on their machine. They're not paying me or anything. They're just giving me a machine. They want to know my honest review on it. So I'll probably set it up and give it a couple tries. Run some of my products that I know that I'm going to sell this year and see how they do on there, and I'll let you guys know how it works. It is a much more affordable way than my bigger laser or CNC. So if you're getting into CNC, that might be a good start. And after that, I'm not quite too sure what I want to work on. I got a lot of projects I want to get to. I want to make a kitchen island. I also want to make a coffee table because I need a new one. So are you guys in the shop or heading to work today? I don't ask this too much, but yeah, what would you guys like to see me build in the next couple videos? Maybe we'll take a few of the ideas and make a poll on like on the social medias or on my next live. I'm gonna be doing these lives probably doing these every Saturday around the same time. I might push it back an hour. I feel like 9 o'clock's good for me, but maybe to 10 o'clock my time. Yeah, the storm was I don't know if it's over or not, but it's been pretty cold out there. Where did I set my water? Oh, behind me. Well, let's see. The laser's got another 2 minutes left. And I gotta restock it. Alright, thanks for stopping by. Moving in the cold like this has got to be rough. I'll see you next weekend. Nope. Laser finished. Alright. Well, let's see. Move the camera. I wonder if it can look good right here. You can kind of see what I'm doing. Oh, I thought it was done. No. I just paused it. Ooh, smoky. That's what's nice about this smart box. I got a little hurry. All it does when you open it is pause it for safety, but it's gotta be getting close to being done so I can start the next batch. Trying to get I don't know, maybe 20 of the Bigfoot ones today, and then maybe 20 of the Michigan and Upper Peninsula ones later in the day. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna look at light burn. Oh yeah, it's done now. Safe to open. So it was pretty good putting that in there like that. I'll just knock this out. Oh yeah. Where I opened it, there's a little space where I gotta cut it with a saw now. I'll show you guys on camera. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there's a little tiny space. It's fine though. A sharp knife will cut through that. I'll move the head here. So I make these like, I get 4 per sheet of plywood, and I make the fronts, all the pieces, and then when I do the back, I just cut out the squares. I used to do it on my table saw, but now I kind of got away from that so I could burn my logo on there at the same time I cut out the square. It just seemed faster. With this laser, it cuts through the plywood in one pass, so it's not like a big deal. I don't know if right now I'm just cleaning out all the pieces, getting ready to throw another piece of plywood in. I got it marked out, so I don't even have to focus it or line it or anything. I just close it up and hit start. There it goes. All right. Well, now that's running. That's going to take another 32 minutes for each set of 4. I just got a message saying that the temperature will be normal by Sunday morning. So that's good. While I'm working on that, I'm gonna try to set up the next. Yeah, no, I don't want to mess with that right now. I think we're good. I was gonna try to set up the other laser to start cutting things, but it's already noisy enough. I probably could turn down. All right, when I talk. Okay. Well, the laser's running. Got this going. I'm gonna probably start doing some stuff around the shop. think last week I was trying to clean the shop. As you can see over here, trying to get this corner a little more organized. Mostly because that's where, when I get the CNC, I'm going to set up over here on that table. It's like my only flat spot right now that I got cleaned up. I cleaned up the back wall here for all my microtrig accessories. Got the camera there that I was trying to use, but I saw last week the video was a little fuzzy. So I'm just going to use the camera that I normally use for making YouTube videos, which is my GoPro. One thing I'm not quite sure about, it's kind of bothering me, is like, I kind of want this. I'm not sure, but for some reason I keep thinking I would like it to be a little taller, with some more storage underneath. I don't know if it would be better or a little more dangerous having it up higher, but I just kind of like the idea. I think I'd use it more if it was up a little higher. Right now I find myself just grabbing the hand router and doing everything that way. Oh, hey, yeah. I got the chat. I'm trying to move it really quick so I can see it better. Pop it out. Put on this other monitor over here. What's that? Back road builds. Hi, how's it going? Yeah, the back wall, French cleats. It's one of my favorite things I did in my little workshop here. I mean, I'm always trying to figure out what else I could put on French cleats. I got that cabinet over there, that white one. It was like an old fur kit from my job, and I put a French cleat on there too, hung up on the wall. It's amazing, like how I always find myself moving things around, and I got other ideas for stuff I want to add to it. But yeah, French cleats are kind of nice. Just hanging out in the shop, drinking some coffee and letting the laser run because I got a bunch of projects I want to get done. I do craft shows throughout the year, and it's like my downtime between working and YouTube to make some projects. So yeah, I should see that. Like, my problem is, let me show you. I don't know if you can see it. My shop over there is really cluttered, so I've been trying to make more stuff up on the walls. And then last weekend when I was live, because I'm going to do this every Saturday, just hang out in the shop, I've been cleaning up back here and putting things up on the walls. It's a work in progress. I mean, I found last year, most of the time, I couldn't get a lot of things done because I had too much stuff in my way. Yeah, it's becoming a nice little hobby job. What have you been working on? I've been really getting into bandsaw boxes. This is my first bandsaw box. It's not the greatest, but I know there's a lot of flaws, especially inside the drawers here. But you know, for my first one, I was so excited. This thing came out feeling great. But I think I might build a lot more of these for next year's craft shows. I glued up a few more blanks I made a video of this last week on me building my first bandsaw box. Yeah, they do plug in. I ordered these off Amazon. I got a plug in the ceiling. I don't know if I can show you right there. Yeah, they plug in. I think they were like $100 for all of these. It was like $100 or something. I've had them for like 5 years or something, and some of them are. I had some water damage. I built this shop, and the guy who was helping me build it, we kind of did a barrel roof, and it started leaking. So I've had a few of the lights short out on me, and I ordered another one, and I'm going to replace them because it's a little dark in here because of that. But usually it's pretty lit up pretty good. I ordered the same brand, just not as many, to replace the ones that were out, and I think that it was only like $40. The nice thing is they're affordable. Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, they lasted as long as they did, and I don't think they would have even went out. And I threw a tarp over the top and nailed it around the outside of my workshop. Hopefully in the spring I can get up there and reshingle it. And I also do have them on a separate breaker. That really helps. I'm not sure, but like if you watch a lot of other people's videos, when you have LEDs and you go to use something like your chop saw, they'll like flicker. I don't get that very often, but I have them on a separate breaker. So I have the lights separate from all the outlets on the walls in my shop. So if you have that option, I would try to do that. Yeah, definitely. When I got them, it was pretty dark in here. I just had a couple lights up on the ceiling. When I got these, they made a big difference. I even put the white stuff up on the top because where I work, we had some extra like vinyl, and I was thinking it would help reflect some light, but I don't think I even needed that because it's just OSB up top. Overdoing my computer. Every time I try to do something, it's like, I don't know. Alright, thanks for stopping by. Good luck out there. Hopefully it's not too cold. Have a good one. That was easy. I was like, wow, my chat won't move. There's a button to send it back, so. Okay. Now we're back. Got the laser going. Alright. I wonder what else I can clean up today. While this is going. Set that there. Pop out the chat. Move it over here. All right. Sweep up this mess. One of the worst things about making stuff is always cleaning the mess. Almost broke the mic. for stopping by. Just cleaning up the shop today a little bit, hanging out, drinking some coffee, trying to stay warm. Doing a little bit of organizing. Last weekend, I got this half of the shop cleaned up a little bit. Now I'm trying to focus on this half over here. Thundercloud. Hello, Thundercloud. Put this router away. This is probably my new favorite bit this year. Making a lot of stuff for craft shows, or some people call them markets, throughout the year. I have this one router set up just for keyholes, because I used to make just plaques that people could set up on the wall, and people were buying them, but with a keyhole, it definitely makes it easier for them to want to hang them on their wall. Or I don't know if they were just putting their own hardware on them, but this definitely really helped me. I think it's just easier to sell things if it's already ready to go. I want to put all my Dremel stuff. Maybe I could figure out a way to put that on some sort of French cleat system on the wall too. That'd be a fun little project. Make a Dremel cabinet. But yeah, if you guys are watching the laser cam there, that's probably one of my favorite things to make. A lot of little tic-tac-toe games. I don't know if it's picking up so good, but it's let me see here. They're little Bigfoots and trees. Sorry, dusty here. I'm not sure if the paste wax fits in this cupboard or not. Oh yeah, it'll fit right there. So what have you been working on? Anyone in their shop right now? Getting any projects done? Just hanging out? Either way, last week's video was a little blurry. I bought a webcam to do this, and it didn't quite work out the way I wanted to, so this is the camera I usually use to record my videos, so I figured I was going to try to record videos while live, but it's just too much to manage. So I just started using my GoPro to record or do my lives. Let's see. This whole cabinet over here needs to be picked up. Hello, nice to see you. Does it say Belt Cat? What's going on? How's your weekend so far? I'm just hanging out in the shop, trying to stay warm and getting the laser running. Starting to make my stuff for the craft show season. Right now what I got in laser is tic-tac-toe games. They're just cutting little Bigfoots and trees. How's the audio? I got my mic sitting here. I figured it could pick up everything. Hopefully the laser's not too loud. We're not getting a really... The weather here is not as bad as... Oh, thanks for the audio check. Yeah, the weather here is not as bad as a lot of places are getting. We're kind of used to the cold. I did hear, though, trees could be exploding. I'm in northern Michigan, so... Check out the laser, how much time's left on that. I got about 6 minutes left. I can put another one in. It's one of those things, like, I think last year we had it was really bad with the ice storm we had last year. Everyone around, I think almost everyone in Michigan lost power for, I don't know, I think we lost power for a week and a half. Not this mic, but I did get one. I ordered it to clip on. For next week, because I'm not quite sure. I got these little mics here. I'm going to try hooking this up to my GoPro or even my PC to see if I can get audio that way. A lot easier than using this mic. It'd probably also make it so it's more consistent as I walk around. But that's why I picked that up, is to hopefully get a little bit better. I imagine. I wish I lived in a warmer climate where I didn't have snow 3 to 4 months out of the year. The ice storm that we had last year was just unbearable. I mean, I didn't have a generator, so I ended up losing like all my food. We ended up having to travel an hour away to stay somewhere warm. There was a place, some places had power generators. Hotels were still warmer than the houses last year. But that's what I'm glad though. This cold, there wasn't like a heat wave before it because last year the trees were just covered in ice. Most people do have generators. I just I'm at that point in my life where I need to get one. It's really pricey. I got a buddy of mine that said next time he can let me borrow a small one. It'll run my refrigerator and a couple space heaters. Well, I mean, I look at it this way. If I got a small one, I might be able to make it work. I've noticed some people around me that have them. As soon as the power comes out, they automatically kick on, and it's like they didn't lose power at all. I mean, that's nice, but those are like thousands and thousands of dollar units. I think that just having that like little bit to save your refrigerator and maybe a heater would be, well, just enough for me. Even that could be around $1,000. Yeah, yesterday the wind was crazy. I went to work in the morning, and it looked like it was just like a tornado, like in my front door of my work. The snow was just. Exactly. That's the thing I keep putting off is buying one because I never lose power, very rarely, maybe an hour or so if it does. And it's like, I don't know, justifying that expense for just in case. But I guess if you have the extra money and you want to stay warm. But yeah, the wind yesterday was so bad. I think it was like, it said outside felt like negative 25 or something with the wind chill. Laser will be done in 30 seconds. I'm going to change it out really quick. Yeah, I'll get that microphone all figured out next weekend. Hopefully that'll make it more consistent. I'm just not sure if this microphone, I bought it for like shorts and stuff. I'm not sure if I can get this microphone to also connect to my PC or my laptop because it's a one of these things, like a cell phone. But there is a plug on the GoPro, so I might be able to do that. Uh, I mean, it varies. If you're outside of the city limits, it's mostly propane. Unfortunately, propane's really expensive. I'm hearing of people spending like $600-700 a month just to heat their house. But like I said, that's mostly 3 months out of the year. And then we're lucky because we're like right on the outside of a small town, and we have natural gas, so that's not as bad as propane. Time to clean out the laser a little bit. It's not cutting as good as it should. No big deal. Let's try another one. It's alright. Just trying to get this laser loaded back up really quick. I might have to do one more stop and clean the laser out. MDF is terrible for the laser. It kind of gets all gummy. Alright, let me hit start on that. As you can see, it's just starting to snow again outside. Yeah, I mean, pellet stoves are pretty popular for a while, and I think a lot of people still use pellet stoves. It just seems like you go through a lot of pellets that way. And wood stoves, yeah, that might be closer outside of town more to save on propane. I hate to admit this, but I gotta step outside really bad and pee. The coffee's coming through. So I'll be right back. Sorry about that, but I really gotta pee. Alright, sorry about that. I'm coming back. I just stepped outside. I had to pee really quick. Coffee getting to me. Oh my gosh, it was cold outside. So you got anything you're working on this weekend? Any big plans? Any projects? I got a video I gotta edit tonight that I want to post tomorrow about this table saw I've had for 7 years. It's the DeWalt table saw, and basically just trying to tell people how to keep it working great, and that you don't need a $3,000 table saw to be a woodworker. When I first got out, it was like I'd watch all these videos thinking that there's no way I could ever do this. But I mean, I built this whole shop by small projects here and there, and I don't know, just keep working at it, I guess. I hope your electric doesn't go. I don't know what happened. My stream said that OBS Studio disconnected and reconnected. Hopefully you heard me, but yeah, hopefully you don't lose power, because going without power for any amount of time in the cold is rough. I mean, I don't know what kind of heating situation you have, but if you have like a little wood stove or something, that's nice. I'm sorry to hear that, man. My stream keeps pausing. I might be losing internet because of the storm. Does it keep popping in and out for you? Well, that's good. You got some propane, like a buddy heater, like those small ones with the that take the little propane tanks, because those work pretty good. Maybe it's just getting ready to go. If it ends up going, I guess I'll have to say I'll see everyone next week. Oh yeah, those buddy heaters are nice. I was thinking about picking one up for craft shows. I got a friend that has them because I do a lot of fall craft shows, and I kind of just stand out there in the cold. That's where I saw them too, is at Walmart. But I'll probably end up getting those before the fall. Every time I do a cold craft show in the winter, or in the fall, I'm like, man, I should have got one of those. I think that that would probably be the easiest way to stay warm in a craft show tent, is to get the sides up and get a buddy heater like that. Everyone's gonna appreciate your alright, man, thanks for stopping by. But yeah, like I was saying, and everyone's gonna appreciate that little bit of heat in a craft show tent. I feel like that might actually generate more sales, is just having it warm in that type of scenario where it's cold outside. Kind of cold in here too. might have to clean the laser right after this next cut. It's not cutting the way I want it to. The downside of cutting MDF, it just gets in the way of the smoke and the char. Get some messages. Let's see. Oh, the weather. Back to normal by Sunday. What I'm gonna, maybe what I'll do, clean out the laser right here on camera, in case anyone wants to figure out how I clean out the laser head. I really wanted to get more tic-tac-toe games done today. So every time I cut these out, I end up with like a blank Bigfoot and the piece I want. I end up painting these brown so they don't match the tic-tac-toe board. I got a buddy, I told him I was just getting rid of these little squares. And he's like, I'll take every single one you got. So, you know, instead of being wasteful, his kids like to paint them and make things with them. So I can't wait to see what they make with all these little Bigfoot squares. And the pine trees. Move the camera up here. So last week I cleaned that side of the shop. Gonna have this laser sent to me, and I wanted to make room. Not a laser, sorry. CNC sent to me, and I want to make some room over there so I can put it together. Luckily, it's just a small one, but it's an affordable one. And then now I got the space over there, but I moved everything over here, and I'm trying to figure out how to organize that section of the shop. Because last year, with all the projects I was doing, I just felt like it got too overwhelmed with the clutter. So I think another light went out. Oh, let's see here. There's a box. I'm not sure how this will work, but maybe next week. I don't know if I might try to use these little microphones. I'm not sure if I can get this to connect in my GoPro, because it has a little port out here to plug it in. But this would be amazing, because I could walk around with it without hoping this picks up everything. So if you got any questions for me, let me know. But I find this really fun. This is my third live on YouTube. Definitely going to do this every Saturday. I started at 9 o'clock today. Maybe it was a little too early because I live in northern Michigan. I'm not sure what time would be a good time. I might push it back to like 10 or 11. I'm open to any suggestions. If you're watching the live now or even later, yeah, a timing schedule would be nice to kind of set for the shop. I think 10 o'clock would be easier. Me, earlier the better would be easier if it was like 6 in the morning, but I'm sure that wouldn't be great. I don't know. Some of the pieces look like they're falling out when it's cutting. Close a few windows, maybe that'll help. Said that the stream was lagging a bit. Alright, let's see. I got all these triangles. They're probably one of my favorite things I bought for when I'm doing clear coat, but set it on the table. I'm going to try to put them down here in one of my drawers. I don't know if it'd be better to... Oh yeah, it's really starting to snow outside. I don't know if you can see that through the window. Well, that time of the year, I guess. Move the camera over here. See if I can get it on the table saw. Ideally, I think this would be the better place to put the CNC together. This table might be wide enough. I just got to figure out where I want to put all of these. I got a lot of triangles here. Might put them down in that basket. That'll clean this table up a bit. That's the Dremel tools. Trying to figure out where a good spot to put them is. I don't think I want to put them in here. Yeah, not really. I mean, got this block that has all these pieces. Maybe I could put this up on top. that's not a bad idea. I just put a French cleat on the back of that, and then I got a little box I could put stuff on in the wall. What if I got a French cleat? Here's an extra piece of a French cleat. Connect your encoder to start preview. Oh, great. Did the stream close? Oh, no. It's there. I guess I'll have to watch through this later and see if it kept closing out on it. Alright. So yeah, we'll go with that. We'll take this box here. I mean, this is something I was just making one day. All I need to do is put a bottom on it, put a French cleat on it, put it on the wall, drop some tools in it. Actually, if I leave it open, I wonder if my pliers and stuff. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just throw a quick bottom in this. And, use that as another French cleat wall piece to put some more stuff in. I got all these Dremel accessories. I don't use the Dremel very often, but sometimes I find myself with little pieces of scrap wood and like to rodeo carve like a little animal or something, which I haven't done in a while. That'd be kind of fun to do. I wouldn't mind doing that right now. I wonder if I set that up somewhere. Man, it might be too loud. Attaching the bottom and French cleat. Yeah, this will work out great. I just gotta figure out what kind of bottom I can put on here. Got anything thin? Oh, wait a minute. Perfect. Well, I don't know. I like using that for making herb strippers. Trying to see if I got anything over there. It looks like I do. this piece of plywood was a sign that I was going to make at a craft show, and I don't know, it's kind of cool, but it barely fits. This might still become a sign, so. I guess the first thing I'll do is grab a couple drills and put the cleat on the back. Yeah, let's do this. Pop this over here. Honestly, I don't even know why I was making this. One day I was like, oh, got some scrap wood, and I just started throwing a box together. So I can see it in case someone's got any questions. There we go. I can see it better on my other monitor. My setup right now is like, I got this computer, it's kind of dark, barely see anything. And I got this one over here with the chat on it. And I just got an error saying your YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth stream. It says my health of my stream is low because I'm guessing the storm. Now I'm back to excellent. I don't know. It must be the storm. Sorry if it's affecting everybody. Alright, everything seems to be working again. Make sure it says excellent condition. Yep, okay. Alright, so yeah. Now I'm just gonna work on this box, because I kind of want to put on the one with French cleats over there to maybe pick up some of the Dremel stuff. I'm not sure what I want to put in it yet. Still got to add a bottom, and I don't know why I made this. It was just laying around over there, but I was thinking might as well put it on the wall and put some tools in it instead of leaving them all over the table spots. Just want to make sure my bit doesn't go all the way through. Alright, so I'll have to readjust this. So I got this bit has a countersink on it, so I'm going to try to make it so the bit's not so far. I think I lost my stream again. Man, I got this bit too clogged up, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to end the stream right after this laser project's done. Keep going in and out of being good and not. It might be the storm, guys. Watching, it's okay. Let's see. Unfortunately, I can't move the countersink, so I'll just use the bit for now. Just gonna put a couple, pre-drill some holes for this so I can hang out in the French plate wall. Trying to get to come free a minute ago, and it comes free as a drill string. Well, we'll take that out like that. That'll work. There we go. Let's see, I don't want to go all the way through. Because the box is hardwood, so I don't want to break any screws. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Thanks for sticking around even though the weather and the live has been messing up. I appreciate that. Is the weather bad for you too? Right now it says excellent, but it keeps going into poor. I don't know if it's because of my weather or my internet. guessing that's the leather. Screws will fit in there. Those are probably not long enough. Those aren't strong enough. Well, why not try not to break a screw? Let's see. These are drywall screws. Going in a hardwood is probably not the best idea. Especially with an impact driver, I wouldn't recommend it, because these screws are not made for that. That's one of those things, is like, I had them laying around, and now they're all flush. And I just got to find a bottom for this box that I started making the other day. And I got another thing I could put on the wall to store. Not sure what I want to store in there. If it's going to be Dremel stuff or just those little plastic triangles. I don't think I need to store the plastic triangles in there. I might just get a cardboard box or some sort of container to put them in, because I do a lot of my clear coating and staining and stuff like that outside, so really I don't need them up on the shelf. But the Dremel stuff would be nice. I'd love to start, once the weather gets better, just going live and hand, or I don't know if you consider it hand, but Dremeling out some animals. I like to make little animals for my youngest. Well, I gotta unload the laser here. Alright, this one cut much better. That means the laser's not dirty. It was just that piece of plywood. I mean, it still probably needs to be cleaned. I cleaned it a couple weeks ago before I started using it again, but MDF kind of builds up in my laser really quick. I'm using the MDF veneered plywood, and it just makes a lot of problems because of that. Oh yeah, see the stream said, oh gosh. Alright guys, I keep getting, alright people, I keep getting errors on the live that my stream has been going really poor and then back to excellent. It must be the winter storm we're having. That being said, thank you guys so much for engaging with me and having hanging out here with in my shop. I hope to see you guys next week. I'm gonna end it here, only because of the weather. I would have probably kept going for a little longer today, but hopefully you guys have a good day, and I'll see you later.